may have to do it slightly quieter, I think. Right, so this is a trilogy of really depressing readings. The first one's about going to AA, the second one's about getting addicted to plant food, and the third one's just about like just having a hangover for 20 years. Insanity and death. Those were two of the things I had an inkling I was going to hear a lot about when I first went to the rooms. Then there were some other things that didn't surprise me when I did hear about them, but they were shocking nonetheless. Violent dads, insane mothers, child abuse, trouble at school, unemployment, prison, the madhouse, fights, regretful sex, unplanned pregnancy, regretful abortions, drunk driving, car accidents, the death of friends, rape, murder, depression, suicide, chronic illness, and finally, hospital, cradle to the grave, drinking. I've been prepared to pursue the chimera of controlled drinking right through the gates of death myself. When I gave up, I was close to dying, and I'd nearly checked out accidentally once earlier the same year. But I'd made my peace with death. I had come to believe that alcohol was the only thing that made life bearable, and you know what? In a lot of ways it really was. There was dirt, horror and disfigurement everywhere I looked, but after one stiff drink I could leave the house. After 2 drinks the fear started lifting, and after the 3rd drink I'd feel like an artist. Or to be more precise, I would see the world through the eyes of an artist. And after 5 drinks, well, I could take my pick of them. On a good day, I felt like Picasso, but then there were all kinds of days. Imagine being Gustav Klimt in Hull, the golden light of the low winter sun at 3 p.m. in the afternoon radiating along the avenues. Imagine being Walter Sickert in Manchester, the violent brown and black smudges radiating from your feet and along canal towpaths. Imagine being Vincent van Gogh in St. Helens, the sky ablaze with stars. That is something close to victory, something close to beating death. They laughed at me and called me a piss artist, and how right they were. I was an aesthete with a broken nose in a stained shirt wearing inside-out boxer shorts, drinking the world beautiful. When you drink constantly, you see the sublime in the augury of fried chicken bones and tomato sauce cast upon the upper deck floor of a bus. You can divine a narrative among the finger-drawn doodles on the misted windows. You can feel your destiny in hundreds of individual condensation droplets on the glass turning red, then amber, then green. Everything you'd worried about previously. Where will I get the money from? What if he beats me up? Am I seriously ill? Am I dying? Have I got cancer? What will she say when I finally get home a week late? Will she cry when we go to bed together? Will she pack her things and leave the next day? How near is death? What is it like to die? Will I scream and cry? And now, after some drinks, there is just a sweet sensation of life passing you by with no struggle and no fuss. The rope slides through your fingers with no friction, just warmth as a balloon rises higher and higher out of sight. I have bottles and bottles and bottles, and my phone is out of credit. It's a Mark Rothko night, a Jackson Pollock kind of night. It's 2008. I have bought 20 grams of plant food and made a pyramid of it on the work experience person's desk. It It doesn't matter how much we take, and we've been taking a lot since lunchtime, I don't seem to be able to make a dent in it. 8 hours later, there's viscous electrified tar in my veins and I'm juddering at a bus stop, wondering how I'll get through the evening's DJ assignment without incident. As soon as I get on the number 38, the savage hoof of fear kicks me square in the clavicle because the bus is full of vampires. Pallid skin, sharp incisors, bloody puncture holes on necks, ostentatious cloaks for full works. I can feel the panic rising like the space shuttle. It's okay, it's Halloween, I think, and it calms me for a second. But then the fear kicks in again. But it's July, how can it be Halloween in July? After several minutes of talking to myself and sweating, I convince myself that I'm on a bus full of students dressed as vampires going to one of those fancy dress parties. I spy a couple of girls I know sitting at the back. Ha ha ha, I say by way of greeting, you look like vampire prostitutes. There is a short exchange of words in which they inform me that they are not dressed as vampires or prostitutes, or any combination thereof. They get off the bus. I turn to an old woman who looks exactly like a vampire and say, did those two girls look like undead sex workers to you? And then she gets off the bus as well. Slowly I start to realise that the only vampire on the bus is the fat drug-addled one with the rubber fangs currently sat behind the wheel in my head, steering me into parked cars and lampposts. Thanks to everyone for coming down and indulging a middle-aged man's very public midlife crisis. Thank you very much indeed. And please hang around and see Henry Blacker. They're fucking brilliant. Cheers.